Hey everyone, welcome back to Jamboree Chemistry. I wanted to discuss a position today that I played from a game with my friends a few months back on the board Goomba Lagoon. I wanted to discuss this position because I find it to be quite interesting. On the surface, it looks like I'm going to be passing Boo, stealing a star, and getting ready to use my items on the following turn. But it's a little more complicated. As you can see here, Monty Mole is directly behind me with enough coins to steal a star of his own. This would usually be a non-issue, but because I currently have 0 stars, stealing a star would actually put me in jeopardy of having it stolen, in which case I would end up with 0 stars, but I would lose 50 coins in the process. This would be especially bad because it would mean that Monty Mole wouldn't steal a star from one of my opponents. If we look closer, after stealing a star, I would have 1 star with 47 coins and a very solid item inventory. The other 2 options from which Monty could steal would be Mario with 1 star, 67 coins, and only a custom dice, and Koopa with 3 stars, 39 coins, a custom dice, and a dueling glove. Now, Koopa does have a buddy, but the buddy disappears after this turn, and Koopa does not have enough coins to really capitalize on this by either A, getting 2 stars, in which he is not at all close to the star exchange, or B, getting 2 golden pipes. So, in the end, it is completely possible that Monty would choose my star to steal if he were granted the opportunity, or at the very least, randomize it. Because of these factors, it would be in my interest to avoid stealing a star and to simply steal coins instead. So if my trip to Boo would only end in a coin steal, it's worth it to consider my other options. Looking at my current equity, I don't really need coins, and if anything, I'm a bit overinflated with items. This would lead me to consider using one of my items on this turn. Nobody currently has a golden pipe or a plunder chest besides myself, so I can rule out using my plunder chest. That means that I'm looking to use one of my 2 shop hop boxes. Because we're in the second half of the game, golden pipes are being sold at the Koopa shop, meaning that shop hop boxes now hold a 67% chance of leading to a golden pipe purchase. If we look at Monty Mole's current position, while the main point is that he's close to Boo, he's also 16 spaces away from the current star location. Being 2 spaces closer, I can try to outroll him for the star over the course of the next few turns, or I can use my turns more efficiently by using the shop hop box on this turn and, assuming I get to one of the 2 Koopa shops, buy a golden pipe to be able to take the star from him on the following turn. I'll get more into turn efficiency in a bit. It should be noted that if I get to this Koopa shop specifically, I'm gonna decline the star on this turn, as I'm still being cautious about having my star stolen, and I prefer to save my 20 coins. So either way, I'm not planning on getting this star until the next turn with the use of my newly acquired golden pipe. If we look at this in further detail, it's going to be high tide on the following turn, so if I save this star purchase for the following turn, I'll get to loop around this island and make my way back to the Koopa shop for another golden pipe. Even if Monty Mole dud rolls and doesn't pass Boo on this turn, I can flat roll on the following turn, or probably use my other shop hop box, and I'll still have another high tide turn on turn 14 to execute this same plan. If this wasn't the case, it may be worth the risk of purchasing the star on this turn, as the 20 coin loss isn't nearly as much of a risk as the 50 coin loss of stealing from Boo, and the upside, if Monty Mole decides to steal someone else's star, is that you get to keep an additional star. But with the added bonus of being able to loop around this island to purchase an additional golden pipe, bypassing the star on this turn is definitely the correct move. Now I want to return to turn efficiency. If we look back at my video on when to flat roll, in which I discussed an endgame position in Rainbow Galleria, that was a situation in which it was best for me to wait an extra turn before using an item because the positional advantage of waiting outweighed the benefit of turn efficiency. It's the opposite case here. Because of the fact that I'm not stealing a star with Boo, I need to highly consider the other factors. I currently have 1 plunder chest and 2 shop hop boxes. These are all not only items that I want to make sure to cash in, but also items that are transitional, being that their main purpose is to help me acquire a replacement item. Because of this, I would need 2 turns to effectively cash in each item by using the item itself on one turn, and then the item that it helps me to acquire on a future turn. With this being the case for all 3 of my items, that's 6 turns that I would need to save to fully capitalize on my item equity. Because it's already turn 12 of 20, this only leaves an additional 3 turns to spare, and I want to make sure that I'm not wasting a turn in which I'm only stealing an average of 13 coins. Additionally, because of the current star position compared with my opponent's positions, it makes the most sense to use my first shop hop box now. With all 3 of my items being transitional, this also means that I'll need a lot of coins to fully exploit my entire inventory. We're looking at 25 coins for each golden pipe that I'm hoping to acquire from my shop hop boxes, as well as an additional 20 coins for each star that I'm looking to purchase with these pipes. That's 90 coins right there. Additionally, it's another 20 coins if I'm able to steal a 3rd pipe with my plunder chest, as well as any subsequent stars or pipes that I hope to buy with these extra 3 turns that I mentioned earlier. Suffice it to say, my coin equity is important. This is why it's especially bad to steal a star here, because not only may I lose it, but I'm draining an essential 50 coins from my bankroll just as I'm heading into the phase of the game where I want to start capitalizing on my item equity. Even if I didn't get my star stolen, there's added value to buying a pipe over stealing a star because of the ability to warp and manipulate my board position. Well everyone, that's all I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please give a like, comment, subscribe, and share with as many people as you'd like. Alright guys, I'll see you all next time.